Well, of course, British Gas is back in the spotlight again, and it's not for their delightful customer service or heartwarming energy-saving tips. No, they've hit the jackpot with an astonishing 889% surge in profits. It's kind of like they've stumbled across a money printer machine in their basement, isn't it? But before we accuse them of any daylight robbery at all, the CEO Chris O'Shea wants us to believe that this windfall isn't because they've been emptying our wallets with sky-high bills. No. It's because of some one-off recovery thanks to the price drop mechanism and those pesky wholesale energy costs following Russia's attempted takeover, which, I don't know about you, kind of seems to be the excuse for everything nowadays, doesn't it? I mean, who knew an international crisis could be so profitable, eh? But while British Gas is doing the money dance, charities and customer groups are sounding the alarm. And that is because apparently around 4,700 people in Britain shivered their way through the winter last year due to unaffordable heating. But I guess British Gas don't care about that, do they? Hopefully I am wrong about that, though. But don't worry about that, because Chris O'Shea has an answer to those critics. He says that a generous 10% of British Gas profits have been donated to help the vulnerable and small businesses. It's kind of like offering a tiny umbrella to someone caught in a hailstorm, a gesture that barely covers a downpour. Meanwhile, though, these customer advocates are promising practical solutions like providing direct support for struggling families through their energy bills and creating a priority support channel to deal with urgent cases more efficiently. It's almost as if they're kind of expecting energy companies to, assist people who keep their lights on, but surely that's just crazy talk, isn't it? It's like asking a restaurant to serve food instead of charging you for reading the menu. I mean, who would do such a thing, eh? The energy regulator thinks that this would be helpful if the government reinstated. Apparently, they finally realised that persistently high bills, might actually push customers' household into financial hardship. It's like someone shouting from the rooftops, maybe we should put that fire out before the buildings burn down. And actually, in my opinion, they should have been given extra support or discounts to their customers rather than just raking in presumably sky-high profits. And if they did that, who knows, they might have gained more customers that way as well. Household energy support, which they fully withdrew in July. But anyway, the article says that the boss of the UK's largest household energy supplier has been forced to defend record profits amid warnings of worse times ahead for household bills this winter. In evidence to the Energy Security Net Zero Committee of MPs, the chief executive of British Gas parent firm Centrica, Chris O'Shea, insisted, that the 889% surge in profits for the first half of this year were not a consequence of withheld bills. Oh, of course not, eh? He explained that it reflected a one-off recovery under the price cap mechanism of additional wholesale energy costs that the company had been forced to pay in the wake of the Ukraine invasion when prices hit unprecedented levels. The committee, though, had earlier learnt from a string of charities and consumer interest groups, with one pointing out that 4,700 people in Britain dying last winter from the effects and lack of household heating. Simon Francis, coordinator at the End Fuel Prophecy Coalition, backed assertions that millions of households faced a tougher winter than last given how many people were laden with debt. Asked how he could sleep at night because people are dying, Mr O'Shea said 10% of British Gas profits had been voluntarily given to help vulnerable customers and small firms. Well, isn't that a lot out of the 889% surge in profits, I'm guessing? A measly 10%. How about an extra 25 or maybe even 50% as you weren't expecting to get that money, eh? What about that? Well, I'm guessing they weren't expecting to get that money anyway, but those representing customers recommend direct early support for vulnerable families through their energy bills, given the continuing and evolving challenges posed by the wider cost of living crisis. One suggested a priority support channel could be opened with suppliers so they can handle urgent cases in a more timely manner, given frustrations over call waiting times. The energy regulator told Sky News that last month it would have been helpful if the government brought back the household energy support fully withdrawn in July due to persistently higher bills that risked plunging more households into the debt. And if you think that's bad, then wait until you see this video.